Assalamu alaikum friends. Friends, today I've got a very important update for people who are staying in Turkey on property type residence permit. Friends, earlier the law for property type residence permit in Turkey was whichever date you invested in the property. So irrespective whenever you apply for the residence permit, on the day which you invested will be applicable for you, whether you apply 2 years later or 3 years later. The new law was not applicable for you. However, there is a new update which a lot of people are not aware about, even a lot of lawyers were not aware about. It is a recent update. So the new update is, if you have a proper, for example, in Turkey earlier, prior to 2021, there was no limit specified on how much you need to invest in a property to get property type residence permit. So even if somebody had a property of $25,000 or $30,000, he could come later on. Later, maybe the law is $200,000 or $75,000. But because he invested at that time, he could apply for a property type residence permit and he could get a residence permit. Of course, people who have applied for residence permit and who have residency will still keep on getting renewals. But if somebody who invested earlier and did not apply for a residence permit at that time, if he comes now and apply for residence permit, the new law of $200,000 will be applicable for him. So this is very important, and it is very important especially for people who have property type residence permit to ensure that they keep on renewing this residence permit on time if they want to stay in Turkey. Don't miss your renewal dates and be very specific about renewing it, because I even spoke to the officers of TRC a few days back regarding some submission, and what they told is, the new law says that if you had applied earlier, you couldn't get renewals, but if you are applying now, the new law will be applicable for you. So this is a very important update. Anybody who stays in Turkey on a property type residence permit, share this video as much as possible so people are aware about it and they don't face any issues. Second update is regarding the touristic residence permit. Last couple of months, what we have seen is people who were staying on touristic residence permit, their residency used to get renewed for six months. This is the case of people who does not have property in Turkey. They just had a rental property and they used to get residency on that. So last couple of months, what we have seen is most of the renewal cases of people who are staying on rent has been rejected. So very important update for people who are staying on touristic also. They need to find out some options. Last month I informed you that Turkey is even giving you work permit. So they are making some positive moves, but they are even changing policies about property type and touristic. So I hope this video is informative. If you have any doubts and queries, you can leave a comment in the comments box. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.